Don't worry, food is also on the way.
The one thing that industry is adopting very fast is pre-qualification of leads.
Is AI going to take the job or is it going to create more opportunities?
Who is providing the data? We are providing the data.
Giveaway in this meetup actually. So what you have to do, you have to click some pictures, maybe stickers or yours, or it could be anything, and just post it on LinkedIn. Tag n8n mandatory, and you can also tag me. My username is markmemike, and after the panel discussion, we will share a QR code where you have to fill your entry. And on the basis of engagement and the post, we will select the winner, and we will award you a $20 Amazon coupon as well. So you can maybe think about it, what you are going to post and everything. And now we will start the amazing panel discussion. So I will hand over the mic to Rishika for calling the speech.
Our next session is panel discussion on how AI and automation are transforming modern businesses. Joining us today are professionals working across enterprise automation, AI products, software engineering, and business transformation. Please welcome our panelists. First, we have Anup Kumar, co-founder of NextG. Next, we have Prakarsh Gupta, co-founder of Small Group. Next, we have Yogendra Singh, software engineer at Alchemy Technologies. And moderating today's discussion are n8n Delhi ambassador Mayank Kumar. Let's welcome all of them with a huge round of applause.
Thanks.
So good evening everyone. मतलब बहुत बार मीटिंग कर चुका हूँ मैं. So how's the जोश right now by the way? मतलब बहुत low feel हो रहा है. Don't worry, food is also on the way. ठीक है, वो भी मिल जाएगा. I know it is in the agenda. But मतलब how was the last session by the way? It was good. It was too technical also, I guess. But no worries, like it is what it is. But I hope कि आप लोगों ने कुछ ना कुछ नया उससे सीखा होगा. So today our panel discussion is on like कि AI और automations आज के businesses को कैसे transform कर रहे हैं, like how they are changing the strategies, how they are changing the flows. ठीक है, businesses में अगर कोई service provider उस पे क्या impact आ रहा है. So we have experts with us, and we have Anup, the co-founder of Nexi, who is expert in sales and marketing. We have Prakash, like he's a content creator and he's very good YouTube channel as well. So he knows like what n8n is, कि वो automation से कैसे चीजें बदल रही हैं. We have Yogendra ji with us. He's a staff software engineer and he has experience of 14 plus years in LLMs and this industry. So we will get to know a lot of things कि क्या चीज कैसे चल रहा है, AI कैसे ट्रांसफॉर्म कर रहा है. So without wasting time, like I would start throwing the questions on our panelists today. So let's start with a basic, like a very basic question which usually people have, and with the introduction of them as well. So I will start with Anup ji. Let's introduce yourself. And what is the word? Tell us about the one workflow or like one thing about AI which you heard a lot. So over to you.
Thanks, man. Hi, guys. My name is Anup. I have around 12 plus years of experience in serving businesses to run internally and externally. When I'm saying internally, it means automating the operations. When externally means generating leads and helping in the marketing and sales. So the one thing that industry is adopting very fast is pre-qualification of leads. So for example, if any business is very small business generating 100 leads, so you know that 80% leads are very basic or it's not up to the mark. So either real estate, healthcare, or anybody who is totally dependent on generating very bulk lead. They are qualifying and almost cutting down 80% of junk data. And even instead of calling back to 100 people, they are just calling 20 people, but getting better conversion rates, which is helping them to improve the efficiency. So this is the first and the most efficient use case, and anybody can build business around it. Yeah, thank you.
Um, Hello.
Yeah. So, or maybe you can.
Hi everyone. I'm Prakarsh, and I've been creating content with n8n for almost 1.5 years. I started with n8n almost 2 years back when I started just building some stuff more on the technical side, how small automations are being created. And then I think there are a lot of content creators who I was starting to reaching out, and then I thought that let's start to create these content as well. And while creating content, I of course got in touch with a lot of businesses. While working with these businesses building these automations, I started a company called Small Group with a few of my college friends, and now we are a team of 22 working with, I think, almost 35 businesses over the past 1 year. And I mean, the space of n8n that I've seen from the launch of beta, when n8n beta was there, to the point that now a lot of developers over and across in India as well are learning this n8n, has been quite good of a journey. And quite interested to see how other people are into this space. I think it's my first time attending an n8n meetup, so quite excited about that as well in India.
Hi everyone, my name is Yogendra Singh. So I have around 14 plus years of experience in IT, uh, working with service-based, product-based, building our own, build on my own organization as well, and deliver scalable enterprise startup applications and a different way. So currently, I'm working with a tech fin company that is Delhi. So I have seen that a lot of transition which is taking place when we are talking about the AI, the adoption of AI. When though we are tech fin, so here the things are very slow because banking company they do generally don't believe a new thing. And especially this is the AI, so they always have concern about the security and all. But yeah, we have done a lot of automation in terms of whether it's a testing, whether it's a bug triage, whether it's a automation of feedback, emails, build process, code reviews. I mean, we just name that. I mean, we use the automation, and it and is the game changer um, in terms of these periods. Yeah.
I think so. Thank you very much. तो कितने लोगों को लगता है अभी कि एआई आने से जॉब चली जाएंगी या फिर कुछ तो मतलब गड़बड़ हो जाएगा, दुनिया गोल से चौकोर हो जाएगी या समथिंग लाइक दैट? मतलब कितने लोगों को लगता है कि एआई आने से जॉब जाने वाली है? ओके, कितने लोगों को लगता है एआई के आने से नई जॉब आएंगी भी? वाह, वेरी नाइस। सो बहुत सारे मतलब अभी हम लोग बात करें कुछ एआई के रियलिटी चेक्स पे कि मतलब बिकॉज जो भी आपके पैनल में है दे ब्रिंग डिफरेंट डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्री एक्सपीरियंस, राइट? उन्होंने हर इंडस्ट्री में काम किया है, चीजें की हैं। सो वी विल आस्क मतलब क्वेश्चन टू यू अनु, लाइक आपने एआई से मतलब लास्ट 12 मंथ्स में क्या ऐसा सिग्निफिकेंट चेंज नोटिस किया है आपके बिजनेस स्ट्रेटजीज, लाइक प्रीवियस वर्सेस नाउ? सो हाउ मच यू चेंज, मतलब कितना उसको चेंज करना पड़ा है? एंड दिस क्वेश्चन लाइक एआई विल like destroy the jobs or AI will create the job, like what's your POV on this?
Hello. So if I answer this very specifically, in last 12 years, India is one of the top country who is adopting AI very fast. Almost 30 to 40% businesses are shifting on that way. Now it has both ways. It is something that all the linear jobs are in trouble, but if somebody is pivoting that, they are scaling their productivity. So for example, if I take my company as an example, we are deploying AI workflow in every department. For example, even in graphic design, I don't know how many you have used Photoshop, right? So if you have to remove a simple background, you have to trace a very detailed way. Now you just select it, you give just one prompt, and that is getting done. So the first impact is we are improving the efficiency. We are not removing the headcount, but we are improving efficiency. Means if somebody can do same work for 8 hours, now they can do in 2, 3, 4 hours, right? Means we can see easy 3x of to 4x. Now the first thing is that internally that is getting changed, and for the clients the things are getting more efficient. They can give the better competitive prices, but who is not adopting the AI, they are struggling to optimize the cost. So the major impact is something to improve the efficiency. One. Now if I give you the realistic example, you might be getting a lot of calls from Razorpay or from other businesses. So first is automating the calling, making the calling agents. Then I just last talk on the pre-qualification. And the best thing is that let's suppose you are a very lead heavy business, then you can document everything under your CRM. For example, in my company, for the pre-qualification and for the post-qualification. Post-qualification means you have taken 3 meetings, and in enterprise clients, our uh, timeline are around 5 to 6 months. Let's suppose you have taken one meeting with any big client in January, and then you are going again next meeting in May, and you maybe get a next meeting in November. Then you don't need to remember, because all the video calls or audio calls you are already scripting, and your CRM already know that, and you just give one prompt, and you get the life cycle summary that what next action I need to take, what was the last behavior of the client based on the conversation that you have taken. So this is the sales part. Now the major impact on the CA part. How many know the bank reconciliation process? So in CA, the bank reconciliation is something where they have to match their books with the bank transaction history. And if any bit money came in, but that is not logged properly into the account books, they used to do VLOOKUPs, HLOOKUPs, and now they were pivoting their business to AI. Next is on the backend operation, people who have very heavy intensive call monitoring system. For example, credit card companies, they do a lot of calls, and their senior has to rate them, right? How the conversation is going on. Or if somebody is giving support and somebody is exposing the pin codes or credit card numbers. So in the backend team, they have to listen all the recordings, and according to the government guidelines, they cannot keep the recording with the exposing details. So anybody like I'll not take the name because we have signed the NDA. They have 5,000 people, right, in their company. So they were doing with the 5,000, they can only process 1 lakh calls in a month. But using with the implement of the AI, that AI is transcripting that part, and then if something is coming in, they are trimming that audio, and then they are saving. And if they are getting something, around 20% calls are manually approved. So according to this, now they haven't removed anyone, but they have increased their productivity from 1 lakh calls to 10 lakh calls in a month. So this is something are the few use cases across the industry, but it is something, if any task is non-creative repetitive task. When I'm saying non-creative means where you don't have to put the brain, like in monitoring the recording and removing the sensitive information is not something that you have to put your creative brain, right? So these kind of things can be easily automated, but it only need a person who understand business logic, means a business analyst, plus a person who have a AI capability, who understand that basically what is possible with the AI. करवाना तो बहुत easy काम है. You just put on the cloud कि कैसे करना है. He will give the guidelines or you hire someone. So I think that's the something that has been changing or will change in next. If you can make business out of it, that is up to you. But if you work with that linear approach, you will be removed.
Yeah, so I think this was the good point. So Prakash, like you have worked with the startups, right? And you are also running a startup. So what is the impact on startup industries, or maybe if you are if here are startup owners or business owners? So what is the impact on that side?
I mean, if we just talk about the how the startup industry or even the freelancing industry has changed using AI, the difference I see is quite reminiscent with how the question that you asked, that is AI going to take the job or is it going to create more opportunities? I think what AI has been doing is it has made it easier for you to develop things, and it has made it easier for you to try out new things as well. So let's say if I'm running a freelance company or if I'm running an agency, if I'm working with a business, I'm not just working on a one particular domain. Since I have AI, since I can get things done with AI, it's my job to get things on a multi-agentic part. I don't need to do just the back end of it. I just don't need to do just the website of it. I need to drive the real sales number as well as the revenue. So um, any business that I've been working with, I think if I just go 10 years back, people used to think that can you just help me create a website? Or can you just help me write 10 different blogs? Or if you can help me draft 5 different cold emails. The number has quietly changed because the businesses are expecting how much revenue can you give to them. So if I'm working with a business right now, they're not asking me if you can get me 100 different cold emails or not. They're asking me what is the percentage of revenue can you grow with AI? And to prove that I can grow, let's say 10% of your revenue, I need to showcase that I need to do your SEO as well. I need to do your cold outreach as well. I need to do your website as well. So the industry has changed from being a single directional industry, and then you have to focus on all the different aspect of running a business. That's what I see. I think AI has been done.
Yeah, I think we all must agree with Prakash. So Yogan, do you like ऐसा मतलब कौन सा फैक्टर है जो बिजनेसेस एआई के बारे में अभी भी अडॉप्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं, या फिर अगर वो कर रहे हैं तो वो अडॉप्शन कितना हार्ड है या कितना सिंपलर है?
So, so adoption is hard, right? Because I'm coming from tech field, right? Tech finance, right? So we have production even lower environments where we have a customer data, right? And we cannot get easily access of the cloud code or the copilot. Though everyone running the cloud code and copilot, but still we have to write a lot of Google code. So adoption is hard because we are not sure that this AI, right, how it is getting being trained billions of parameters. So who is feeding these data? Behind the scene, there must be something. These whatever the inputs we are giving, AI is getting trained day by day. Who is providing the data? We are providing the data. So coming from the tech finance, so adoption is for us. It's still we are exploring multi-dimensional that how AI can help, right? And also ensure that we should not compromise the security.
So like so we have seen like what is the AI reality check right now. So let's move ahead on some real business use case thing. So Anup, like who is in sales marketing, can you like share one automation like which deliverables very high measurables ROI to you or to your company or maybe for your clients? Like what was that one workflow or automation you have created कि जिससे कुछ मैजिक ही हो गया हो? तो is that something?
Okay, so I think based on the audience, I can see like I give a very basic example because I'll not do very high-fi example of enterprise being multiple people are automating the things. So I we have done there is a one is called PPF and one is called EPF, right? So where government puts some money, you put some money, and your employer puts some money, right? So we have done the automation last month for this company where they were generating around 200 leads per day, right? And their majorly audience from the tier 2 and tier 3. Now, what they were doing is they were helping out to people to extract the EPF. Means very simple, single person job. But when he was getting 200 leads or 200 inquiries, so it is something that you put videos on the YouTube and a lot of people do the inquiry, and most of 90% or 95% audience are like this. Okay, Bhaiya, I need help in this, or I need that, I need. So the informational audience. Second audience is okay, I cannot do, I know the process but I cannot do the job, can you do it for me, right? So for example, anybody who is sitting on a IT sector or Gurgaon job, and he's very time conscious, he say yeah, ठीक है आप मेरे से ना 2% ले लेना, but you can do the job. So the idea was, out of these 200 people, how we can extract, because when I'm taking 200 calls, I'm not able to create the content. So we have helped them. And so what happened is we first at the first flow we have deployed WhatsApp agent, and WhatsApp not on the workflow, WhatsApp with who can answer with the AI, right? He can, we have added few four checklists. Okay, if you got name, mobile number, main problem, and this, then this is in lead. Then we rule it on basis of 0 to 4. If somebody is acquiring 3 to 4 numbers, then our agent call immediately to that person. By we have kept the name Pooja as a lady name, and we bought a number, Indian number, who call in manually, simply way, and you cannot identify that he is she is basically a bot or a normal person. Now, out of this process, we have qualifying the all the valuable leads, and we are even asking at what time we have to give you the call back. And we have connected with the Calendly kind of a Google Calendar kind solution, where he can just seeing that okay, at one time we can book 3 calls as per the client. And now what is happening is they are only doing 20 calls in terms of like 200 calls. They are only doing 20 calls, and they are getting a miserable around 15,000 to 20,000 revenue per day on a very small scale. But before that, they were exhausting their time, because time is very important. They cannot do 30 calls per day, right? Being in single YouTube. So this is something that we have deployed, and they have increased their revenue from 5,000 to 20,000, and a very small level of automation.
Yeah. So thank you, Prakash. Like in your use case, like how you are automating your content creations, or like what you are doing to make it faster earlier.
Just using n8n or just AI in general?
It's all about automation, basically. Automation, AI, anything, anything.
If you just talk about content creation, I think there's a lot of aspect of content creation. I think when people think that if a video is being created, a video is just created. People just say, I've recorded a video and I've uploaded it. But frankly, there are a lot of steps that usually go behind the scenes. I think the first one being the research. If the research is actually the main mode of the video, if you have done a good amount of research, you have good facts to showcase, the video itself is quite good. So when I'm talking about creating a good quality video, I think each and every aspect of research, then I think collecting the assets that I want to showcase during the video, probably creating a storyline, probably creating a script. I think I actually tried using n8n as well, but I think I've relied it more on Cloud Code now. So I've built a set of number of skills as well as some routines that helps me get new news as well, and get me the right scripts. As soon as I have the assets, the prompts, the images, everything that I need to create a video, the thing that you know any YouTuber that you see, they have research assistants, they have editors, all those things have actually automated. So it's only me who needs the script. As soon as I have the script, I can just turn on the camera, I can go in front of it. So using AI, I think majorly Cloud Code, I was able to achieve that. And if we just talk about specifically n8n, since we are at an n8n connect, I think n8n is quite easily able to automate your social media posting. So I've actually worked with a business where they wanted to automate their entire social media engine. They wanted to create campaigns. They wanted to have a single ideology of the entire content page. They wanted to create assets, photos, videos, as well as the right content that they want to post with that image. So, I mean, I was able to work with n8n and started building a lot of sub workflows. I think at that time, sub workflows was something that created was actually released by n8n very new. But yeah, and it can help you automate your social media posting. But when it comes to content creation, I think Claude and all these more customizable tools are better in case.
So, Yogendra, like when we were on call, like we had a discussion about your email prioritization. So, like, what was it? So maybe you can explore something.
Before answering this question, I would
Yeah.
like to add my thought that AI may be going to take the job. So
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
be sharing my journey. So in last 12 years, 13 years, what I have seen. So previously we have used that manual automation, right there, software testing was there. So eventually that testing becomes automated, right? And previously on-premises data center was there. You know, company used to take their rent a house or location where they deploy the data centers. Now everything eventually 16, 17, when I was in Chennai, I've seen that most of the company, the work which I was working with the Cognizant, I've seen that most of the work was migration, right? On premises to cloud. Then eventually we have seen that the software engineering, software testing background, most of the testing, going to replace through the automation. Lot of tools which evolves that automate the testing. So on that side also, the testers nowadays, the SDET requirement of the SDET is very less, because most of the testing is going to be taken place, replaced by the automation, right? Coming to the AI part, right? So definitely AI will be going to impact, and it is impacting the industry, right? Across all the industries, I will say. But since I'm from the IT background, I'm seeing that the software or maybe interns, right? They are might be in the risk, right? But here they do not need to worry about that. Okay, AI is coming, and how will we start? Because everybody needs to start their career. They need a platform to start with. So here they can start doing the pivoting. They can probably build their profile in the data engineering, AI, ML ops. So there are a lot of things. We have we do. So this positions are just started, and there will be lot of many more position in the AI domain. So this is a right time you guys can pivot from maybe if you are in the some other background, maybe you are a tester, or maybe you are a security engineer, or maybe cloud engineer, then probably you can, this is the right time you can pivot. Now coming to your question, okay. So sorry, and I took
नहीं,
long.
अगर नहीं बताना है तो we can
I just want to add to your point. The point is that it's very easy for software engineers to get replaced by AI. And the reason is most of the use cases or most of the users of AI is actually software engineers. So the data we are using, AI or Claude or Gemini, whatever AI you are using, to write code, to build websites, to build product, and you're actually training the AI to actually replace software engineers. So that is the main reason why software engineers are the first one to get replaced by AI.
But yeah, the requirement will be lesser eventually, but human intervention is also there, right? Because you have seen that in past news, right? Somebody gave access to the production database and to AI, and AI deleted all the production data and was not able to recover. So, I mean, yes, AI is making us more smarter. We are getting evolved with AI. We are learning with AI, but manual intervention will be there. Software engineers will be there, but it's just that you have to calibrate yourself with the AI, right? How to use the right tools and right set of requirements.
Yeah, so just 1 second on this. So I think uh, in the morning today itself, we have had a video editor. And the only one question I asked, like HR team has already finalized everything. So I only one question that I ask is like how you are leveraging AI in your role, right? So there are two people, right? One is the fresher people, right? They can start with AI, their workflow. And if you are already working on any position, think how you can automate or use AI, because this question will come. So any role that we hire right now, we just simply ask one question, okay ठीक है आपको technically आता है, but आप AI से smartly अपना time कैसे बचा रहे हो, how you are making yourself efficient. So if you have already 3, 4, 5, 10 years experience, think how I can improve my productivity, because that is something that matters when someone hires you. So I think that's it.
my question is still unanswered.
Okay, so I was working one of my project, right? So that is a more over that was a more over the e-commerce application. So I used to get a lot of email, thousands of email. And I was, every day, every morning when I look into my email and I see the thousands of notification, emails, WhatsApp, Telegram. So that's where, I've start thinking, previously I was using MCP tools and all. Then recently I've started using n8n, where I have automate the different channels, right? The notification which we are getting, emails which we are getting from, in our support email and the feedback email, we digest all the email, like how the Rajneet shows that how we can do the workflow, create a workflow. We have added the different layers of we have added the LLM, the brain in the workflow, and we channelize those emails right to the right set of people instead of me looking or somebody one person who took 4 hours to digest, churn all the email, churn all the notification, and it is a quite error prone. Also, maybe you miss some priority email which you do not wanted to miss and miss that. So this is where one of the use case, the 4 hours job of churning and prioritizing those emails, that becomes 5 minutes with the help of n8n. So that's where n8n is a game changer, I would say.
AI is impacting, or you can say affecting, or you can say affecting almost every sector of the business, right? So if you like, I would say like यहाँ पे students भी हैं, business owners भी हैं, बहुत सारे experienced लोग भी हैं. So if AI has to, मतलब ऐसे कौन से processes हैं जो businesses को automation पे नहीं छोड़ने चाहिए, right? Because it makes mistakes as well, right? So it can do blunders as well. So what are those kind of things like which you can't rely on AI, or you should like ऐसे पानी की तरह खुला नहीं छोड़ देना है? So वो कौन सी ऐसी चीजें हैं मतलब अभी जो सबसे ज्यादा रिस्क पे है if you will just completely rely on AI?
So I think anything which has something related to the legality, right? So you must keep on approval those process, and always do the sampling part, right? So whenever, like, let's suppose you have done the sampling of 100 data, 200 data, 300 data, so keep sampling. And if anything is going legal, right, let's suppose you are signing a contract, you are automating the contract process, or you are giving a financial, so you have trained your AI who is estimating the financial work. So let's suppose you have as he has explained that he's automating all their emails, right? But if something is coming where major approval is required or financial approval is required, then you have to prompt it or add in that context that, okay, stop and give me a flag to get the approval.
So basically पैसा वैसा नहीं दिखाना है AI को. So you are making money with AI, it's good, but don't show it that you are making money with AI. So Prakash,
Add to this point as well. I mean, finances and numbers are. I agree that it has to be very secure, and you can't just showcase everything to AI. But the guardrails is something that I think every engineer is working on. If you're implementing AI into your business, you are implementing these guardrails. But one thing that you cannot automate is relationship build. I think on the top of the business, it's not just building website, or it's not just building a product. It's actually about building relationships with different business owners, with different entrepreneurs, and with different leaders in the industries. So when you're building the relationship, you cannot just automate using AI. You cannot use AI into that. Let's say if I'm just meeting some other, say I'm meeting Anup here, and right, if I have my AI agent who's talking to Anup, Anup is not interested in talking to him, and I'm just ruining the entire purpose of building a relationship. But if I am in person just talking to Anup, I can maybe have much valuable conversation. I can build that relationship, and that can leverage both of us in the long run. That is something I think cannot be automated using AI.
And in the same example where I'm, supposed to churn thousands of email, right? There might be some emails where I do not want my AI to reply those emails, right? Because it will look very bot, right? It will not sounds good, right? So that decision making capability is where, I mean, yes, most of the things you can automate through AI, but you cannot automate everything, right? So the decision making capability where you actually require your intervention. Let's say maybe I have some plan which is of 20,000 rupees, and somebody saying they go, okay, I'm going to buy thousands of unit of it. Can you give me this percentage of deal? Maybe if you have trained your model and it will say, oh, yeah, please go ahead. I'm giving you authority and approval. You can buy it. So that's fair. I mean, and you actually do not want it to, make that deal, or maybe you wanted to amend your deal, right? That's where, human intervention is required. You cannot automate everything. So that guardrails have to be there. That's what is my point here.
Yeah, so I want to add on this. When I'm saying approval, it means something. Again, the same thing is, let's suppose you are a coder, right? So we do very heavy coding and we generate thousands of lines codes, but you don't just deploy. Because what I have seen in my company itself, that which I teach to the team, that what they do is they prompt something and they don't see what code has been, because there are 1,000 lines, they don't review, they just see the output. is it working or is it not working? But as it has a lot of security loopholes and a lot of things, so whatever AI is generating, just review it. Even in financial proposal, making automation on creating proposal is not bad. It is all about what number or what is AI is writing, because he is writing on any random data, or you have prompted something that he got misunderstood and he has generated something like. So always whatever he's generating and he's saving your time to doing the intern work, but at the end you just review it at once and then send.
So अभी जो हमने पोल किया था, so lot of, so very few people agree with कि AI jobs खा जाएगा, and बहुत सारे लोगों का agreement उस साइड था कि AI new jobs को create करेगा. So वो कौन से skills हैं या new jobs हैं जो AI के आने के बाद बहुत evolve हुए हैं? So I would like to take Yogendra ji on this. Like what are those skills or jobs जो बहुत ज़्यादा evolve हो गए हैं अभी?
So data engineer, AI engineer, model train, right? Freelance. Agar if anybody goes and check out the freelance Upwork, right? There are n number of projects. You just have that skills and ability, right? If you are a good into the Python, right? You are good into the training the models, right? You are good into the understand the data, and according to the data, if you can train the model, there are n number of opportunity. Not even just go and apply in the company. Even you can work as a freelance and you can earn even more than that company work.
So, Prakash, like these were the roles, right? So, what are the exact skills? Let's say if someone has to enter, right, and they are just doing normal things कि कोई normally websites बना रहा है अभी या normally marketing कर रहा है, but now they have suddenly realized कि अरे लोग तो इतना आगे आगे AI में, but मैं रह गया हूँ अभी वहाँ पे. So, what do you suggest? Like how they should start, right? And कहाँ से शुरू करें समझ नहीं आ रहा. So what kind of thing they should start learning, and मतलब उसमें क्या कर सकते हैं, how they can start their journey? So what's your take on that part?
I mean, if someone wants to start their freelance journey, if that is what we are targeting, the first thing is what exactly is required in the market. If you're running a freelance company, if you're running a freelance agency, it's always what exactly is required in the market. And if you're able to provide that, you are running a good business. Right. So the first thing that I would highly suggest is go to Upwork or freelance.com or any other platform where you can find some of the gigs, and you can actually check what gigs are highly required in the market. I'm not asking you to create a profile there and just post your gigs there, but I'm asking you what is exactly required in the market. So in my case, when I was, I think 2 years back, when I just started with n8n, on Reddit as well, there were a lot of people who were just searching for n8n jobs, n8n automations. People wanted to build these automations, right? I started with that. I started creating these automations using Reddit. I mean, I got some clients. They hired me to get some of the small gigs work, and as I started diving more into n8n, how the automation, how the platform really works, I was able to secure more and more clients by creating content around it. So content was something that was able to get me from 1 to 100 on the visibility side. But from 0 to 1, to target the right niche, I had to dive into what is exactly required in the market. For that, I think, as I said, freelancer.com as well as Upwork, these are good platforms. And Reddit is also a very good platform if anyone else is using it. You can get a lot of market knowledge too.
So Anup, I might ask a follow-up question for Prakash. Like he said, we have to identify like what's going on in the market. But let's say if I'm a newbie, right? So how will I identify what will be my first step to identify? क्योंकि market में तो website भी बनानी है, और at the end every client has a end goal. They want to generate the money, but there are multiple channels: social media, SEO, website, like there are n number of channels. So how someone will find कि वो market में अभी क्या चल रहा है?
Okay, so in the market, what is going on, for that I think coming into the NET community meetups is the first thing that they should do.
That was too good.
So that is, they will get, like, because today I'm here, people will keep rotating, right? They will bring more value on this point. Second is, so there are few ideas, because capturing the idea is, you will see around you which niche you can cater first, right? Like whoever is the new being, they are because pre-qualification, what I told you, the WhatsApp bots and the pre-qualification is something that you, if you see, the next person is doing that part, because that is the easiest job that you can do, and you can start considering, because every real estate, because in every area you will find real estate people. In Gurgaon itself, there are 80,000 real estate uh, people who are selling flats, right? So this is a huge market potential that you can simply learn how to create a calling agent on n8n. I think it will take only 6 or 8 hours watching a video on YouTube of n8n. A lot of people have created videos on this topic, and you can build by yourself. It will ask invest some money, 3 4 thousand rupees to learn, because those things don't come in free. But I think you will please create your first product of making calling agents and start helping to real estate. Now once you have created this calling agent, all industry will start taking your services. Is the only thing that how effectively you are approaching. For example, if you talk about the medical or healthcare industry, right? A lot of people call in Max Hospital, a lot of people call them, right? And they have to simply, they either don't pick the calls or something. Or if you talk about a very common clinic, they also get 50 to 60 calls. So if you have just created, uh, added your skill on the point of creating calling agents or creating a WhatsApp flow, which you can learn in 20 hours maximum by on YouTube, by investing 3 4 thousand rupees, by purchasing the paid subscription. Don't go for free, because in free you will waste your time, right? Example, in n8n you can self deploy or you can buy, right? You have two options. Now first I recommend buy the thing, learn it, and once you have created the complete ecosystem by investing 3 4 thousand rupees, then start setting the advanced version, which is self deployment, because you will get some confidence at first level that okay, हाँ मैं कर सकता हूँ. And if somebody is around you, you can sell that part, and then you can start self deploying in parallel. So identifying, which was the initial question, is something that you have to see around you, because if uh, a entrepreneur have only this skill that they identify the gap in the market and then they put it the service. But which gap I told you is a very huge gap. And in the AI, the second is, which is most booming, is the training. इवन यू जस्ट नो दैट ओके ये नए नए LLMs आ रहे हैं और AI में ये चल रहा है, एंड इफ यू आर क्रिएटिंग द कंटेंट ऑन दैट पॉइंट एंड यू स्टार्ट अप्रोचिंग द कॉर्पोरेट्स, बिकॉज लेट्स सपोज आई हैव 30 people of team, right? I don't have time to train them, right? I'll hire some trainer who will upgrade my team. So you have to create the content what is happening in the industry, and then you can start outreaching. Once you get 10,000 20,000 followers on that point, then you start outreaching and you start getting training. I think one of our colleague, Ashish, right? Ashish.
Yeah, Ashish.
So Ashish has started a journey, I think 2 years back. I think you must have listened the name Ashish Pava, right? So he has created the content, and the strategy was very simple. He was keep reading about the AI, and once he has created the content, he got a very good response from the market, and now he is giving the training to the corporates. So training and this pre-qualification agents are the two simplest thing that you can enter by investing your 1 2 months dedicated by learning the AI. So yeah.
So I would also take the suggestion of Yogendra ji on this thing.
So, I mean, for a newbie, it's a very challenging actually nowadays, because in my time it was very straightforward. There were certain profile, but there are a lot of I mean profiles and the roles nowadays. So I would say, instead of trying to grab everything, you should start chasing the low hanging fruit. So the best thing which I would suggest, maybe since I'm coming from the tech background, right, and I'm working in an organization, right, as a fresher, or maybe as a junior developer, what you can target, you can try to hands-on tools like n8, and just do the mastery of that. I mean, just add it in your resume and your profile. Definitely there are the clients, there are the organizations which they are looking for folks who have the strong I mean skill set on these specific tools. So there are certain tools. I mean, I would recommend maybe n8n you can use and start doing hands-on on it. some doing some certification if it is possible. If n8n provides the certification, that is the best thing I would say. The other thing would be start thinking in the direction that how or what will be the new positions income since AI is coming, right? It's already there, right? So there must be some new roles will be opening like ML ops. So maybe try to think in that direction, right? How can we pursue our career in that direction? Maybe start planning in that direction instead of jumping across all the plates, right? Trying to achieve everything. I know because it's a very tough call because nowadays building a career in tech background, right? But I would say maybe start chasing the low hanging fruit, right? This is the approach.
So I would also like to take the what's your opinion on this, Prakash? Like, do you have any disagreement with Anup or Yogendra ji, or like you? If you agree, then why?
I mean, the first question I would want to ask is what is the low hanging fruit for all these people?
I mean, the low hanging fruit would be maybe you can master yourself in Python, right? I mean, if you are a newbie and if you are planning to learn any new technology, right? So maybe start with the Python, I would say. Then maybe you can think of okay, the how the AI engineers, do their job, right? Maybe then, or maybe the low hanging fruit could be, nowadays the prompt engineering, right? I mean, now you have to see and learn that how you can efficiently prompt to build the right skill set, right product through AI. I mean, this is another one. It's just not like that, okay, fix this bug or maybe build this website. There are a lot of things, you have to build the skills, memory, knowledge, guardrails to your system. Then only you will be able to, build an application or build a website. Just giving an example. So maybe these are the low hanging fruits, right? I would say if you are a newcomer, maybe try doing the prompt engineering. Maybe go with the n8n, any workflow automation tool you can think of. Yep.
So as we are like almost coming towards the end, so let's say,
I would like to add on the low hanging fruits.
definitely.
Yeah. So the first low hanging fruit that I already mentioned that you be a part of AI communities, either virtually, either physically. Like this is the face to face, physical, offline. Second is you can learn. There are two tools in the market which are competing. One is a Zapier and second is this n8n. Zapier is trying to replicate the n8n model. Zapier is an old tool which work on a sequence basis. Now they are trying to put the AI models into it. So learn n8n one. Now once you start learning at n8n, try to learn all the nodes. There are basically you will understand the possibility, and once you understand the possibility, you will start learning कि okay ठीक है इससे ये हो सकता है इससे ये हो सकता है, and then you will start connecting that part. बेसिकली क्या होता है कि मैं अभी एक्सप्लोर कर पा रहा हूँ या सोच पा रहा हूँ कि n8n या AI से मैं क्या कर सकूँ बिकॉज मैंने n8n यूज किया हुआ है. तो इफ समबडी सेइंग कि मेरे को एक व्हाट्सएप बॉट बनाना है और वो जो भी व्हाट्सएप कन्वर्सेशन हो रही है वो मेरे एक्सेल में आ जाए और एक्सेल में आने के बाद ना उसको कॉल चली जाए, राइट? अब नाउ बिकॉज मैंने n8n सीखा हुआ है, मेरे को पता है अच्छा हाँ, ऐसे 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 मैं जोड़ के कर दूंगा. n8n से क्या हो जाएगा, व्हाट्सएप भी कनेक्ट हो जाएगा, उससे गूगल शीट भी कनेक्ट हो जाएगी. गूगल शीट से एक ट्रिगर पॉइंट बना दूंगा बिकॉज n8n में ट्रिगर पॉइंट है गूगल का कि जैसे ही गूगल शीट में एड रो हो मैं एक एक्शन करा सकता हूँ. सो द लो हैंगिंग फ्रूट इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन मास्टर. अगेन आई एम कमिंग बैक ऑन द माई लास्ट कन्वर्सेशन. 20 घंटे लगेंगे आपको n8n मास्टरी करने में, नॉट फ्रॉम द वेरी एडवांस बट एटलीस्ट यू विल एबल टू गेट स्टार्ट एंड क्रिएट योर फर्स्ट एजेंट. सो द be a part of the AI community, learn n8n, and then the prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is something is very basic. You just need to know how to give instructions, right? In a very simple way. AI का context model कैसे काम करता है and उस context model के कई सारे algorithms होते हैं. उन algorithm को भी I think you can master in 8 to 10 hours. When I'm saying master means आपको basic पता लग जाएगा. तो ये एक pathway है एंड वहां से देन यू स्टार्ट क्रिएटिंग बिकॉज जैसे ही आपको पॉसिबिलिटीज पता लगेंगी आप अब खुद ही बोलने लग जाओगे हाँ यार मैं अब तो मैं रियल एस्टेट की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर सकता हूँ, मैं हेल्थ केयर की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर सकता हूँ. अब उसके आसपास देखो क्लाइंट ढूंढना कोई नहीं बताएगा, क्लाइंट आपको ही ढूंढना है. या तो आपके पास दो ही ऑप्शन है, अपने रिज्यूम में डालो जॉब ले लो. दूसरा है अपने रिज्यूम में ना डाल के क्लाइंट को पिच करो सीधा पैसे ले लो. right? So that is a hard journey, like, by the way, being an entrepreneur, right? So yes.
So Yogendra ji, matlab, let's say if me as a Mayank, right? For example, if I am working in website and SEO and marketing, so मेरे लिए लेट्स से इफ आई एम रनिंग अ बिजनेस, राइट, मेरे पास क्लाइंट्स हैं, उनका करने के लिए काम है। सो वो अनूप जो बोल रहे हैं कि जस्ट फाइंड आउट द 20 आवर्स। तो अभी सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज क्या होता है, व्हेन आई ट्राई टू स्टार्ट लर्निंग न्यू थिंग, तो वो 20 घंटे निकालना बहुत मुश्किल है। मतलब अगर आप बोलोगे कि एक महीने में भी 20 घंटे निकालना है, तो वो मतलब पता नहीं अंदर से आता है कि यार मैं क्यों कर रहा हूँ। सो because you must have trained a lot of people under you, right? You have 14 years of experience, आपने बहुत लोगों के साथ काम भी किया होगा। So how we can do that, मतलब वो कैसे वो 20 घंटे निकालूं मैं? This is a generic question, not about AI and automations maybe, but it is going to help us.
I mean, I mean in this industry last 14 years. So मैं अभी भी टाइम निकाल रहा हूँ चीज़ों के लिए, राइट? आई मीन so it's just that you have to time management is a skill, right? It's a art, right? So I mean if you want to achieve something, आप आगे बढ़ना है तो उसके लिए आपको टाइम निकालना पड़ेगा, एंड यू हैव टू लर्न, राइट? आई मीन इट्स नॉट दैट हार्ड, आई मीन it's very interesting. I mean if you when you start working with the AI, right? I mean nowadays, I might be working 8 hours with AI only, right? I mean, just you can't believe. I mean, I have a different AI agents, command code, open code, lots of subscriptions I have, and at the same time, I'm giving the instructions to one AI, to second AI, to third AI, to fourth AI, right? So it's very interesting. So you have to first of all interest build up होना चाहिए, interest build करना पड़ेगा. Then you have to see कि वो जो time management है, that how you can do that time management. I do understand. I mean, being a fresher, I mean, you have a lot of pressure, lots of things which is going on, but this is very important. Like life skill है यार, ये तो आना ही चाहिए. जैसे ड्राइविंग है, अब AI तो सीखना ही पड़ेगा, no other option.
So this might be the today's tagline. So as a fresher we have a lot of pressure. Yeah.
So I would like to add on this.
Yeah.
So सबसे पहले तो आपको अपना स्क्रीन टाइम देखना है on the first step, right? If you are, and you have to see which app is consuming the time. Like for Instagram, I think सबके पास 1 घंटा होगा, right? And second thing is आपको 1.5x पे देखना है, so 20 hours will be 15 hours, right? So these are the two things, and this was a joke, by the way. But the first thing is that you have to do is you have to track your time, where you are investing, because आइदर यू आर ट्रैवलिंग, बिकॉज आपको 8 घंटा काम करना है कहीं किसी भी जॉब में, उसके बाद आप फ्री हो। आइदर यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग योर टाइम इन कम्यूट, राइट? आपको 1.5 घंटा गुड़गांव आना है, 2 घंटा गुड़गांव एक साइड, 2 घंटा गुड़गांव वापसी, राइट? 4 घंटे आप वेस्ट कर रहे हो। यू कैन वॉच दैट वीडियो ऑन योर फोन, राइट? प्रैक्टिस आप सैटरडे संडे कर सकते हो, यू हैव इनफ टाइम, 16 घंटे आपके पास सैटरडे संडे के लिए। सो टेकिंग इन ए 1 वीक, राइट, आपको 20 घंटे आराम से मिल जाएंगे, अनटिल अनलेस आप वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस वाला गाना ना गा रहे हो, राइट? क्योंकि मेरे को तो वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस भी चाहिए, बिकॉज यू हैव टू आइदर, बिकॉज अगर आप किसी को भी देखोगे ना हु इज अ सक्सेसफुल पर्सन, वो कभी वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस का गाना नहीं गाते। एलन मस्क ने अभी आई थिंक 3-4 शादियां कर रखी है, देयर इज अ रीजन बिहाइंड इट, राइट? बिकॉज आप लड़की को टाइम चाहिए, उसको अपना बिजनेस बिल्ड करना है, सो ही इज बिजी बिल्डिंग द बिजनेस, राइट? एंड नाउ जब तक वो वापिस आ रहा है करके, तब तक छोड़ दिया अगले ने। सो द पॉइंट इज वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस जैसी कोई चीज होती नहीं है इंडस्ट्री में। जो बंदा बॉस है उसका भी वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस बेकार है। इट इज ऑल अबाउट कि वो अभी का टाइम इन्वेस्ट करके फ्यूचर में फ्री करना चाहता है अपने टाइम को, राइट? इनिशियली हम लोग भी 16-17 घंटे काम करते थे कंपेरेटिवली। आज जो हमें देखता है वो कहता है इनके तो मजे हैं, राइट? हमारे जो दोस्त भी लोग हैं जो 1 करोड़ 1.5 करोड़ का पैकेज उठा रहे हैं, यूएस में बैठे हैं, वो कहते हैं यार तेरे तो मजे हैं, तेरे को तो नहीं करना पड़ता। मैंने कहा भाई उस मजे के लिए हमने इन्वेस्टमेंट करी है। आप लोगों ने जब 8 घंटे करके सैटरडे संडे क्लब में जाते थे तो हम नहीं जाते थे। वी यूज टू फाइट विद दैट एंड वी स्टिल फाइट। ऐसा होता है कि बट हम लोगों ने वो लेवरेज खरीदी है। खरीदी क्या, अर्न करी है कि हमें जिस दिन मन नहीं किया हमें ऑफिस जाने का, हम नहीं जाएंगे, देयर इज नो बडी। बट एट द एंड ऑन द सैलरी डे वी आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल कि जिसके अकाउंट में जितना पैसा जाना है वो जाना चाहिए। सो दैट इज समथिंग। अगर आप एफर्ट लगाओगे तो एक हफ्ते में 20 घंटे इज नॉट ए बिग डील, बिकॉज 8 घंटे काम करना है। आइदर तो आप कम्यूट में टाइम खराब कर रहे हो, इंस्टाग्राम में टाइम खराब कर रहे हो, एंड सैटरडे संडे छुट्टी होती ही है, राइट? वहां पे आप निकाल सकते हो। So this is something.
So, like, let's say if we will sit again in next year July, right? I wish I hope I will do it. So, what is the one prediction like which you can guarantee today कि ये तो definitely एक साल बाद evolve होगा या ये होगा ही होगा?
सो देखो, सबसे पहले क्या था ना, जब हमने अपना करियर शुरू किया था, आई हैव स्टार्टेड इन 2013, राइट? सो 10 में मैंने 10th पास करी एंड 13 में मैंने करियर शुरू किया. दैट टाइम वेबसाइट वाज ऑप्शनल थिंग. कोई फैंसी बंदा अपनी वेबसाइट बनवाता था, राइट? आज के टाइम पे वेबसाइट इज एन एसेंशियल पार्ट, राइट? इन नेक्स्ट 1 ईयर एआई अडॉप्शन विल बी एन नॉट, अभी क्या है, एक ऑप्शनल है. अच्छा ठीक है, मेरा काम तो चल रहा है, बट मेरे को प्रोडक्टिविटी इंप्रूव करनी है ना, तो मैं एआई में दिमाग लगाऊं. चल छोड़ना, मेरा काम चल रहा है. इसी तरीके से ऑनलाइन लीड जनरेशन करना, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग करना वाज ऑप्शनल. अभी क्या, अगर आप एक ट्रेंड देखोगे ना, एवरी सेकंड पर्सन और सेम ऑल पर्सन वांट्स कि मेरा यार सोशल मीडिया मैनेज कर लो, मेरे को ऑनलाइन लीड जनरेट करना है. अब रेफरल से बिजनेस नहीं आता. तो नेक्स्ट 1 ईयर में आप क्या देखोगे, जो 30-40% एआई एडॉप्शन है ना, इट विल इंक्रीज टू 60%. And this is not I'm saying this my say, it is in the research report that we read. If you just type AI adoption in the world and in country wise, you will see that is increasing massively. And अगला जो चेंज होगा, जो मैंने कहा, you will be asked कि आप AI को अपने वर्कफ्लो में कैसे यूज कर रहे हो, वॉट एवर आप कर रहे हो. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू आर स्क्रिप्ट राइटर, यू आर एडिटर, यू आर कोडर और यू आर डाटा साइंटिस्ट, देन हाउ यू आर मेकिंग योर सेल्फ एफिशिएंट यूजिंग AI. तो ये दो चीजें चेंज होंगी. आपके रिज्यूम में एआई मांगा जाएगा. दूसरा, बिजनेसेस विल अडॉप्ट वेरी फास्ट एंड ये कंपलसरी हो जाएगा ये.
So, what's your take on this, Prakash?
Yeah, I think good point. And I think everyone knows that business adoption is going to be one of the top trending thing that has been happening in the entire world. But one thing that I want you to be actually working on for this 1 year that can actually help you grow is that don't just focus on one domain. I mean, if you're just, again, as I said, it's not going to be a single domain thing that you can master. With AI, you have to be multi-domain. You have to, if you're just a backend developer, you cannot just stick with backend developer for an entire year. You have to become a front-end master as well. You have to become an automation expert as well. Because whenever you're going to be asked, you need to have all the information of what all things need, how things actually work. With AI, you can actually build it. If I have no idea how to build a front-end website, I may not be able to build it right now. But if I have Cloud Code, I know how front-end actually works. I can build it very easily. So I would highly suggest that any developer, any business owner, or any working professional there is in this room, that you focus on being multi-domain rather than being a single domain person, because you have to be an expert in everything, right? It's not a time that you are just an employee to anyone. It's a time that you hire employees as AI agents for you. So you have to have an idea of how each domain really works, and then you build these things. We basically work in all these multi-domain using AI, Claude, Gemini, or what.
I would like to add one point. So 1 year back, when I started actually working with Cursor, right, and now today's experience working with the Cursor with multi-agent model, right, and I would say there is a huge improvement, right? I mean, how the Claude. I mean, I'm using Claude for last 2 years. I'm paying Enterprise and Pro for to the Claude. So what I've seen that the evolution of these models, right, going to change or changing very fast, and it will change. There will be lots of models which you will see eventually after a year. And I would also have a one suspicion on this, that there might be more and more player. I mean, like you see that Anthropic is one biggest player, but it is also getting the huge tug of war from DeepSeek, right? So eventually you will see more and more players, right? So the adoption of AI will eventually will be very easy going forward. It will not be tough. So I mean, you will see the lot of models coming. So I mean, be ready with that, and not just n8n. You will see another more different tools, right? So there is a huge, I would say, scope where you can train yourself. You can start, preparing yourself for coming years.
Yeah. So I think this was a kind of a very productive panel discussion I think we have done today. So, and last, like, I would have a rapid fire to maybe all of you one by one. So no theoretical thing. Just you just have to answer in one word. So I will start with Prakash. So, which is your favorite AI tool?
I think I use Cloud Code every single time.
Okay, one habit that's make you more productive.
Multi agents,
Okay, open source or a closed source person?
open source, of course.
AI agents or traditional automations?
AI agents,
One thing AI can't do well.
building relationships.
Okay, one piece of advice for someone entering AI today.
Keep on learning. I think just keep on exploring. You have to learn a lot just to be in this new era of AI.
Get so I would pass the same things to you, Anup. Like, which is your favorite AI tool?
I think on the simplest way, again,
In one word.
n8n,
Okay. Open source or closed source?
open source,
AI agents or traditional automation?
AI.
And one piece of advice you would give to someone like for AI.
Again, on the AI point, find uh, yourself what a repetitive task you are doing around you and how you can automate.
Okay. And one thing AI still can't do. At like in at the on the date of 11 July 2026. I don't know about the tomorrow.
So he cannot understand a client's problem.
Great. So Yogi like what is the one thing AI still can't do?
It can't cook good food for you.
The research is going on. So आपने मैं जस्ट बता रहा हूँ आपको, आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ लोगों को पता ही होगा यहाँ पे कि लोग क्या करते हैं ना, जैसे एक आपने रील देखी होंगी कि एक बंदा ना मजदूर है, ब्रिक उठा रहा है, राइट, एक बंदा कुकिंग कर रहा है, दे से कि यार मेरी जॉब कैसे ले सकता है कोई. So in Kerala, maids are getting paid to put a camera on their head. And अगर वो डिश वॉश कर रही हैं या फिर वो झाड़ू लगा रही हैं, कुछ भी कर रही हैं, they are getting paid $5 to $2 per hour to just record. So they can record the hand movement and they can pass that videos to the LLMs. So they can bring more autonomous robots which are more efficient. So in next 5 years you will see, and this is a huge field if you want to start working in robotics अगले 5 साल में बहुत बूम करेगा. Every second household need a robot. झाड़ू पोछा वाले आ चुके हैं, राइट, मजदूर आ जाएंगे एंड राइडर्स आ जाएंगे. डिलीवरीज यहाँ पे तो पॉसिबल नहीं है, बाहर तो हो रही हैं ड्रोन से, यहाँ पर राइडर्स, बाइक राइडर्स आ जाएंगे. सो जितना भी लेबर वर्क है ना, लेबर वर्क इज ए रिपीटेटिव वर्क, उसमें दिमाग नहीं लगता, राइट. सो पीपल आर स्टार्टिंग ऑन दैट पॉइंट. अगर आपकी फिजिक्स, ट्रिग्नोमेट्री अच्छी है, राइट, मैथ्स में, सो आप यू मस्ट ट्राई रोबोटिक्स. ठीक है, मजा बहुत आता है उसमें. आप पाइथन सीख लो, कोई भी लैंग्वेज सीख लो, ट्रिग्नोमेट्री के कॉन्सेप्ट्स लगाओ and you can rotate that robot. And again, अगले 5 साल में you will see this.
Yeah, we might invite some robots in the panel for after 5 years. Yeah. So
I would like to add one point, just hit in my brain. The quantum computing with AI, right? I think this will be the next era, I would say. So nowadays, you know that how the systems are working. It's a 1 and 0 bits and binaries, right? You all know. But when the quantum computing will come, then things will be going to change. And nowadays, you see the big and big servers, right? With the quantum computing, you can even crack the encryption and decryption model in 15 seconds, right? Then try to understand if those computers will run the AI models, it will be super fast, super fast. So wait for quantum computing and then see the AI. I think that will be the next era.
yeah. So with this we comes to the end of our panel. So this was our time and this is what then. So we will open the stage for the questions now. So if anyone has questions, then maybe let's start asking. Yeah.
10 years. In 2 years, last 2 years, generating text emerged. Then agents came. We are learning agents. This is the agent. Uh, what is going to be next?
Yeah. Maybe Anup.
So basically, next 2 years, one is the AI adoption will be again 40 to 60%, and robotics is something that will boom in next 2 years. If you see, farmers has already start using it either in prediction of the something. So let's suppose uh, the smart watering system. So in the robotics field it will boom a lot, and because robotics had a very sequential workflow कि आपको पहले ऐसे मूवमेंट करनी है, ऐसे मूवमेंट करनी है. Now they can think like a human. Again, the now when Mank has asked like either you want to create a non-AI or AI, right? Why we are saying AI? Because sequential workflow has been converted into the multi-fold workflow when we attach AI. Now जितना भी robotics का field है उसमें AI लग गया. Now they can take multiple decisions on the conditional base. So I think next 2 years will be robotics plus AI. These two things, what I guess.
There's one thing. I mean, if I think I had a conversation with you, right? You're running a digital marketing agency. I think in the next 1 or 2 years, I think even 1 year is a long period. Focus on AI native business is going to be one thing. Making your entire business run through AI agents is not that of an easy task. You have to build so many agents with so many different domains. I think everyone is going to be focusing on building their business to make AI, I mean, making the business AI native. Running all these agents autonomously, replacing humans. Basically, humans are going to be only the decision makers, not the executioners.
I think I got your question. So basically, being a digital marketing person, अगला 2 साल कैसा दिखने वाला है?
सो उनका क्वेश्चन ऐसे था कि सबसे पहले चैट जीपीटी आया तो इंडियंस में एक अवेयरनेस आई कि अरे एआई भी यूज करना है. उसके बाद कुछ एआई एजेंट्स आ गए. उसके बाद बहुत सारे लाइक वाइब कोडिंग स्टार्ट हो गए उनको यूज करके. क्लॉड आया फिर तो लोग अब चैट जीपीटी को बोल रहे हैं, फिर क्लॉड कोड से कर रहे हैं. तो अभी और क्या, इफ आई एम अंडरस्टैंडिंग इट राइट?
So this is something nobody can predict. So again, from that point, AI का adoption जो बढ़ेगा, मतलब people will start multiplying or making multi-agent models for everything. And इसमें for agencies क्या चीज़ है, जैसे AI will be a base. Everybody is using AI, right? For example, मेरे को marketing strategy बनानी, इनको marketing strategy बनानी. Everybody is making marketing strategy through Claude. MCP से उन्होंने Facebook का पूरा डैशबोर्ड कनेक्ट कर दिया, सारा डाटा उनके पास आ रहा है. सो एआई को, क्लॉड को या किसी भी हमको ले लें, उनको ये पता है कि इनका फेसबुक कैंपेन कैसा चल रहा है, इनका क्रिएटिव फटीक कैसा चल रहा है, इनका गूगल कैंपेन कैसा चल रहा है. नाउ एवरीबडी विल गो एंड टाइप, एंड ये चीजें ईजी होती जाएंगी. अभी क्या है, एआई अडॉप्शन डिफिकल्ट क्यों है? क्योंकि उसमें टेक्निकलिटी चाहिए. नाउ पीपल विल स्टार्ट मेकिंग इट ईजी बिकॉज जो डेवलपर्स हैं दे आर वर्किंग टू मेक इट ईजी. बिकॉज अगर आप देखो, एआई 2014 में भी था, राइट? वहां पर लेकिन क्या था, बहुत सारी कोडिंग स्किल्स चाहिए थी. अभी क्या है, प्लग इन प्ले हो गया है यूजिंग क्लॉड. सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज, एज एन आंसर, इट विल बी इजी, एंड जैसे जैसे इजी होता जाएगा अडॉप्शन विल इंक्रीज 40% टू 80% टू 90%, एंड एक टाइम पे वो बेस बन जाएगा. सो हर कोई स्ट्रेटजी बना के लेके आ रहा है, लेकिन कैंपेन उसी का चलेगा जो जिसके पीछे ब्रेन है, राइट? जो मार्केटिंग वाला ह्यूमन को समझ रहा है कि फॉर एग्जांपल मेरी जो टारगेट ऑडियंस है, पहली चीज तो बिजनेस ओनर्स को ये नहीं पता कि मेरी टारगेट ऑडियंस कौन है. उस टारगेट ऑडियंस को जो मार्केटर है वो कितना अच्छा समझता है, उनके पेन पॉइंट्स को कितना अच्छा समझता है. नाउ बेस्ड ऑन दैट जेनरिक स्ट्रेटजी, व्हाट इनपुट आई कैन गिव टू एनहांस दैट स्ट्रेटजी एंड रन माय कैंपेन्स. सो सेकेंड आंसर, पहला इजी होगा, अडॉप्शन बढ़ेगा. सेकेंड आंसर इज बेस बन जाएगा. जो उसके पीछे मार्केटर है, जिसको एक्सपीरियंस है कैंपेन चलाने का, वो हमेशा विनिंग रहेगा. जो लीनियर वाले, जिनको बस पता है कि हाँ फेसबुक में जाके बटन दबाना होता है, यहाँ पे फोटो लगानी होती है, दे विल बी रिमूव्ड क्योंकि वो ऑटोमेट हो जाएंगे. लेकिन अगर उनको ये पता है कि कैंपेन चलाना किस टाइम है, वो डाटा से डिसीजन ले पा रहे हैं कि अच्छा मेरा ऑडियंस इस टाइम ज़्यादा आता है, मेरा जो कस्टमर उसका ये पेन पॉइंट है, दे विल सर्वाइव.
तो अभी एक चेंज हो रहा है, दैट इज अ मल्टी एजेंट मॉडल. सो मे बी Gemini is good with something, ChatGPT is good with something, Claude is good with something, Fable 5 is good with something. So multi-agent model, and one of them will be become orchestrator, right? As per the demand, as per the work, right? What will happen? The orchestrator or the super brain, super model will orchestrate the specific things to their sub-child models. So now, as of now, Claude Code behind the scene runs, right, use their own model, but eventually what will you see, there might be more Claude Code or maybe more harnesses which runs on the multi-agent model. So it will pick according to their skills, right? Like orchestrator will pick as per their skills the different model. तो वो एक बहुत अच्छा, I mean I would say, अगर SEO में अगर आप है, then वो one model if it is good in the analytics, one model is good with the keyword selection. So multi-agent model will be the game changer, I would say. Very good question. So, what I used to do, I mean, this is my personal preference, right? Might be your preference or someone preference would be different. So, when I'm building a plan, right? So, that moment I use Opus, right? And Opus create a plan for me, and maybe then I switch back because I'm using enterprise, right? So, I have to be very, thoughtful that okay, these tokens are actually your money, because if you'll exhaust it, then what I do, I have my own deep seek, right? I mean, which has a millions of token in $15 or $20. So I give those plans to the deep seeks model, and that's how I personally do it.
I think not. It is all about that. McKinsey is publishing some inside reports. We are reading. Brain and companies publishing. So the top research companies are publishing. And being in AI person or as a business analyst, our job is to read that report. And based on what we are seeing with meeting with because we meet with the client, right? And what we see is there is a correlation between what research companies are publishing and what actual on ground what is happening. So based on that, everybody do the prediction, right? Nobody is correct right now. It may possible like Claude just launched their Fable 5. It has more capabilities, right? It may possible to tomorrow we get something which is insane, right? So answer is no. Nobody know 100%, but yes, the estimation is correct around 80-90%. Yeah. You guys-
So what I think, I mean, have you heard that news? Anthropic released the J Brain. If somebody read about that J, so behind when they were doing this analysis, right? So and the model itself creating their own brain, which is just hiding from the outer world. So I mean, that is the reason you might have, seeing these news. Okay, the AI becomes very deadly because now AI in that stage, I would say, it can self heal. It has a capability to sometimes go beyond and train yourself as per the human expectations, right? Or maybe not beyond, I mean beyond human expectations, right? So that these are the challenges, I mean, I would say not challenges, or maybe the risk going forward, as in you go more into the AI, right? And as the AI become connecting to your servers and getting more and more information. So I don't think, I mean, how, I mean, now the people are raising question how secure it would be as we go. That's where you see these new news. We have to, I think, slow down. It's a time to slow down, work on the guardrails and the security more on these AI models. आई मीन एआई का तो 100 मतलब मैं आपको क्वेश्चन समझा नहीं है, आप आपके दिमाग का जो 100% पोटेंशियल है उसको करेक्ट आई थिंक आइंस्टाइन वाज द वन हु यूज्ड आई थिंक 6 or 7%. ओके. हाँ.
ठीक है, सो दैट वाज माय क्वेश्चन कि
Yeah.
डू वी लाइक हमें सच में आइडिया है कि हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, इसका किस तरीके से प्रॉपर ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि वो बीच में जाकर के हमें ऐसी जगह पे भटकाएगा कि अगर आपको उसका एग्जैक्ट फैक्ट नहीं पता है तो आप उसके बीच का डिफरेंस नहीं निकाल पाओगे।
Correct.
सो दैट वाज माय क्वेश्चन। ऑल्सो एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन ये था कि एक नूब के अंदर, ठीक है, और एक एक्सपर्ट के अंदर आने वाले टाइम में कितना डिफरेंस रह जाएगा। मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर मुझे डिजाइन देख करके पता चल जाता है कि यार ये अच्छा लग रहा है, ये कैची है, ये कर लेगा, ठीक है, और एक पर्सन है जिसको उसके पीछे की साइकोलॉजी पता है, तो विल दैट रियली बी एन इशू? क्योंकि मैं जीपीटी से जाऊंगा, बोलूंगा कि यार इसके पीछे की साइकोलॉजी बता और मुझे ऐसा कुछ बताना है, तो वो बना देगा। तो क्या कोई compete करने का लेवल भी रह जाएगा ह्यूमंस के अंदर, और इट विल बी सब बराबर?
So coming to your first question, right, कि AI hallucinate करता है, एक्चुअल में AI hallucinate करता है, वो आपको भी hallucinate कर देता है एक टाइम के बाद। I have been in this situation where you are building you have created some plan and you are trying to execute everything. Since I'm using the multi-agent model, so not all the model has the same capability, right? Even though you have written something, but at the end, what you see that, okay, no, this is not the plan which I have thought. Now I'm slightly deviated or maybe slightly better than what I thought, maybe. But I have seen most of the cases, uh, maybe I've invested 2 or 3 days in writing code through AI, but at the end I've seen that I'm deviated. So वो जो self correction है ना, that is where the human intervention is already there. मैं according to me, मतलब as per me, I used to keep track. Okay, whenever you execute a plan, right, whatever the code you are writing, I want that at least the project state. So I keep that those states so I can read, okay, what is that code is all about. So that's how I keep audit these things.
So I think your question is the first question, which is कि हमें कुछ ऐसा 100% प्रूफ प्लान मिल जाए जिससे हम अभी क्या काम कर रहे हैं हम लोग, फॉर एग्जांपल हम आज n8n सीख रहे हैं, हम आज क्लॉड सीख रहे हैं, कल को कुछ और नया आ जाएगा और हम सीखते रहेंगे, और बीच में कुछ ऐसा पिवट हो जाए जो जिससे हमारी सारी लर्निंग खराब हो जाए।
हाँ, मतलब समथिंग लाइक दैट। एआई के पास बहुत पावर, ठीक है, बट अगर हम लोग टोटली एआई के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट होने लगेंगे, ठीक है, कि मैं जीपीटी से पूछ रहा हूँ कि यार मेरे को क्लोड के लिए कोड दे दे, मुझे क्लोड में डालना है, मुझे उससे वेबसाइट बनवानी है, ठीक है, तो मेरे को एक अच्छा सा प्रॉम्प्ट दे दे। अब मैं प्रॉम्प्ट जीपीटी से बनवा रहा हूँ, उस प्रॉम्प्ट को उठा कर पेस्ट क्लोड के अंदर कर रहा हूँ, क्लोड मुझे प्रेजेंटेशन बना करके दे रहा है, क्लोड मुझे सारी चीज़ें बना करके दे रहा है। बट अगर कहीं पे मेरे बेसिक्स मिसिंग है जो मैं जीपीटी से पूछ रहा हूँ, अगर मैंने वहाँ पे अपनी कॉन्शियसनेस का यूज़ करना बंद कर दिया है, तो
इसीलिए स्कूल में मास्टर साहब बोलते थे नकल के लिए भी अकल चाहिए, है ना?
हाँ, नहीं, वो ठीक बोल रहे
ओके,
हो,
सो
बट
आई थिंक आई गॉट योर क्वेश्चन। सो देखो, मैं इसको एआई को हम साइड कर देते हैं। आपके पास बहुत सारे स्मार्ट लोग हैं इस रूम में, ठीक है, तो हम कहते हैं हम एक बिल्डिंग बनवानी है, हमें हमें इसका पूरा फ्लोर बनाना है, राइट। अब आपको पता है इस बंदे को नक्शा बहुत अच्छा बनाना आता है, ये बंदा सीमेंट ब्लॉक बहुत अच्छे से कनेक्ट कर सकता है, राइट। नाउ आप क्या बोल रहे हो सीमेंट ब्लॉक वाले से, भाई नक्शा बना दे, राइट, इसको बोल रहे हो ब्रिक जोड़ दे। सो आप एआई को ऐसे लेके चलो कि ही इज़ एन एक्सपर्ट, राइट, एंड प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियरिंग इज समथिंग, और आपकी जो स्किल्स हैं, जो आपका एक्सपीरियंस है, व्हाट यू आर आस्किंग टू करेक्ट क्वेश्चन विच इज ए राइट प्रॉम्प्टिंग। अगर आपने प्रॉम्प्टिंग गलत पूछी तो आपका आउटपुट ऑटोमेटिकली गलत हो जाएगा। सो अभी जो आपका क्या है ना कि इसको कोड दे दे, और जैसे आपने इधर से प्रॉम्प्ट निकलवा लिया, इसको दिया, उसने कोड जनरेट कर दिया, और इसको आपने बोला, उसने डिप्लॉय कर दिया। तो आप क्या कर रहे हो, आप बेसिकली एआई यूज नहीं कर रहे हो, अपना टाइम बचा रहे हो एक तरह से। अगर आप सोचो यही काम अगर आपने एक ह्यूमन को दिया होता, वो भी करके लेके आता ना। तो द पॉइंट हेयर इज कि आपके पास अभी वो जो ह्यूमन है, ह्यूमन की जगह आपके पास मशीन है जो 24/7 अवेलेबल है। आप उनसे आप काम कराओ। आपको काम कराना आता है या काम कराना नहीं आता है, दैट इज विल बी योर फेलियर और सक्सेस। अगर आपको काम कराना आता है, चाहे आपको टीम दे दी जाए, एक होता है ना अच्छा टीम लीडर इज एन काइंड ऑफ अच्छा प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियर। अगर एक अच्छा टीम लीडर ही नहीं है तो अपनी टीम से काम नहीं करा पाएगा, और अच्छा प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियर नहीं है जिसको समझ ही नहीं आता कि यार मेरे को किससे क्या कराना है, एट द एंड आउटपुट क्या लेके आना है। अगेन आई कनेक्ट विद दैट द बिजनेस एनालिस्ट, कि एआई क्या नहीं कर सकता, एआई अपनी क्लाइंट की प्रॉब्लम नहीं समझ सकता। और आपने जो प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन निकाला वो एआई ने तो बना दिया, लेकिन वो सॉल्यूशन था ही नहीं आपके क्लाइंट की प्रॉब्लम का। सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट आप क्लाइंट की प्रॉब्लम कितना अच्छा समझते हो, उसके लिए कितना अच्छा सॉल्यूशन लेके जाते हो। वो सॉल्यूशन को इम्प्लीमेंट कराने के लिए यही है। सॉल्यूशन बनाने में भी हेल्प करेगा, लेकिन उसकी वैलिडेशन आपका ब्रेन कर रहा है कि यार ये जो मैंने बोला स्ट्रेटजी बना के दो, राइट, स्ट्रेटजी से जो उसने स्ट्रेटजी बना के दी, मेरे को लगा यार नहीं यार ये तो जेनरिक है। अब मैंने अपने कुछ एंड पॉइंट्स ऐड किए और वो एक स्ट्रेटजी बन के मेरे सामने आ गई। ना मैंने कहा हाँ दिस इज परफेक्ट, राइट, नोबडी इज डूइंग इन द मार्केट एंड मैं एक फर्स्ट मूवर होऊंगा तो आई कैन क्रैक द मार्केट। सो आई थिंक दिस इज द फर्स्ट आंसर कि, और अगर एआई पिवट करेगा तो ऑब्वियसली 0 से 1 अच्छा है, राइट। अगर आप उसके पास रहोगे, जैसे क्या होता है ना कि एक तो है आप
Yeah, I think we are sort of time now. So we have snacks. We can have the discussion over that as well. So sorry guys, we might not be able to take more questions, but we are here for networking maybe for next 1 hour as well. We have snacks outside there. So thank you very much for listening us so patiently. And I would like to thank you to all of you, Anu, Prakash, and Yogendra ji.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. Please have a huge round of applause for all of them.